I made a community post not too long ago, and I'm sure people have probably seen it by now, where I denounced the platform of Kick Streaming. Kick Streaming is a new website that came after the groundwork of Twitch, and their promises were, we're gonna allow more freedom on the platform, more expression, and the idea of a bigger split. I think they do like a 90-10 split, whereas Twitch does like a 50-50 or a 60 something. I just know that the money from Kick Streaming is very, very ludicrous for the big time streamers out there, like your Ninjas or your Amaranths or whatever the case may be, which is why they signed so many people. XQC is over there. I was a Kick streamer for a day. I went over there, I thought to myself, it's okay to expand my platform with the next big thing. Why not? Why not try it out for a day? Tried it out, and then I believe not only like a couple of weeks later, there was a video that was released, and it was from this guy right here. Let's see, what is his name? But yeah, this is a very big video that blew up. It went kind of viral. Something about chickens. How to catch pig predators. This turned into a series. I saw the first one, and it was full of the most despicable, disgusting human beings that we have ever seen on a streaming platform ever. People trying to go, and trigger warning at this point, right? If you don't know, but trigger warning. People trying to go and get young impressionable females, get their nudes and put them online for an entire stream or chat log to see, whether it's in their discords or whatnot. Complete pedophilia behavior is what these men are doing, these adults, of what they're doing. Like, they need to be put in the fucking gallows, in my personal opinion. So I saw this and I was like, I cannot in good faith support this platform whatsoever for allowing these PDF files to run amok and literally like plague the entire Kick community. I know there's some good beings over there that may stream and they may be also just as equally frustrated about this shit, but for me, that's the day I decided I'm going to close my account, delete it, and I will never ever stream on Kick. If you see an alias over there that says Renegade Operative, it's not me. If you see any type of name whatsoever that is some amalgamation of Renegade Operative, it's totally not me. It's a troll. I'm just letting people know now, and it gets worse. Like, this is what happens when you let the inmates run the asylum. Okay, you let sick, twisted fucks, oh, you have the freedom to do what you want, so you won't get banned. This is why so many people talk shit about Twitch, but I will never talk shit about Twitch and their moderation for violence, because you see people on Kick getting straight tortured. A man died on live stream and he was getting tortured for days, and this just continued on and on and on until, unfortunately, this man named Gene Poneroff passed away. This website, something needs to be done at this point, right? I just don't think that it can be ignored. Something needs to be done. But if the owners keep saying, oh, it's a madhouse, whatever, but something, if this website shut down tomorrow, I would be happy, right? Because you just can't foster condemnable behavior like this and expect people to, you know, like it or agree with it, or say, you know, this needs to be reported ASAP to somebody somewhere. We have people dying now at this point, and you know, there was that one philosophy in my mind where I thought Kick is going to be a great gaming streaming alternative website, right? Because I'm all for someone making it alternative and fostering a great place, but Kick is not a great place. We know some people came from the video game Predator hunting grounds, literally, and they took that motto seriously with the Catch a Predator series and these gross pieces of shit trying to manipulate and extort and blackmail children. We know that a man died and he got tortured for days, and there was no other intervention, and the captors, so to speak, that were torturing him are trying to put up pity pleas and say that we always care for Gene, we always care for him, and he's in our hearts, and may he rest in peace. That was literal murder that happened. And then we have Raja Jackson, who is a 25-year-old UFC, a former champion. I know he's in MMA, but I saw the video that circulated today, and I cannot show you the footage, otherwise I will probably get my entire channel deleted. I'm not going to lie, but there's people that's been doing breakdowns and analysis on the actual punches that occurred. To my understanding, Raja Jackson, and I am a fan of pro wrestling, which is why I'm talking about this last bit so extensively in the first place, but he went to an event with his coach and there was a wrestler there. I will say on his behalf, someone doing a work on someone and they are unaware, I do believe that the policy might need to change, because you don't know if that person is a wrestler or not. You know, verify, confirm, talk about it a little bit more. So I don't think that the pro wrestler should have hit an empty can next to someone's head without any sort of authorization or consent or permission whatsoever, because again, if you're pro wrestling and you're wrestling, you're in on the bit, you're in on the work, and I guess he assumed he was in on the work. But I'm gonna say, to the fairness of the wrestler involved, I think his name is Psycho Sid, to the fairness of him, as soon as he hit Raja in the head with the can and he saw Raja was serious, he immediately apologized. He immediately said, "I'm sorry, my bad, I didn't know, I thought it was a work, I thought you were a wrestler, I made a mistake, it won't happen again." Raja said, "I get it, I understand, I know how the wrestling scene works, I know how this stuff works, it's not really a big deal." He accepted the apology. The guy apologized to him 3 times, gravely sincere about it too. If it was me, I would have been like, okay, I'll play along with the rest of the bit. As the commissioners and everything, they said, hey, you can get in the ring and maybe you know, work around a little bit just to sort of try to mitigate the situation. Let's have fun, let's just make a legitimate work right here. I would have said, okay, at most I would have been pissed, but I would have said, okay, maybe I'll do like a little bit of a receipt, right? And receipts in wrestling is like, you get a get back on someone. You might do a stiff shot. I would have did a slight stiff, like clothesline from hell, and that would have been it. I would have been mad no more. I would have had fun that night. I would have been wrestling a little bit. I would have been in on the bit, and they wanted to make that into a storyline. It would have been fun. It would have been great, right? But Raja had different things in his mind. He was clearly suffering from mental problems. He had a concussion, all that other stuff. And this does not justify the heinous crime. I'm just saying it all leads up, it all builds up the pent-up animosity apparently from his father and what's going on there. This was just a human being that exploded in a place meant for fun, entertainment, and enjoyment. Kids in the audience watching a wrestling event and seeing a man nearly beaten within an inch of his life to death right in the ring because Raja got rage baited by the fucking chat. He got rage baited by his own Kick audience, and he decided, I'm gonna let my personal animosity explode right here, and I'm gonna take something that I reconciled a couple of minutes ago seriously. This is probably one of the most harrowing and disturbing house show events I've ever seen in the land of indie wrestling. and I've been watching wrestling for a long time, and even as a wrestling fan, I feel absolutely just confused as to how all of this could happen, and I feel absolutely angry and appalled at the Kick platform and just the people around it, and how you let people, these animals like this, in venues, and you see a veteran of the Marine Corps pay the price because he made a mistake. I will never support Kick streaming, ever. And you have my word is bond. I don't care how lucrative the money is, I don't care how things are going on over there or whatnot in terms of just the positive aspects. I'm sure there's cool positive people, but it's way too much trash. It's way too much filth. Something needs to change with that platform, and it's being completely condemned on my side of the fence. If you want to follow me and support me, I think I went a little over 10 minutes. Let me check, let me check a little bit, just a little bit over, a minute or two over. Fuck it, right? Fuck it, we do it live. But if you want to support me via streaming, you can find me on twitch.tv at Renegade Operative _. You can find me on YouTube, obviously, at Renegade Operative, and those are the only platforms that I will be streaming on ever. As far as social media goes, maybe if there is a better website that comes along and the community is not shit, I'll check it out. And I guess I have some more words. Fuck the absolute Arkham Asylum uncaged pieces of shit that ruins that platform every singular day. I'm Renegade Operative. I'm keeping it real. I'm signing out. See you guys later, and I hope Psycho Sid gets a speedy recovery, and rest in peace to the streamer that was tortured and died. Something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. And the victims and the women that suffer through the hands of these manipulative pieces of shit, something needs to be done here. I'm glad people at least are acknowledging it. There's various videos on it, people talking about it, MMA Guru, Mike Hollow, just making it known that this is abhorrent behavior. So I'm not the only one, and it's good to know that people are trying to get the word out, but holy fucking shit, it's crazy. Alright, I'm off to get dinner. I'll see you guys later.